When I was thinking about you and reading about you, I wondered if part of your ancestral awakening and enlightenment had something to do with why you've decided to leave or separate yourself from the Democratic Party. And let me set it up this way, because we live in a culture where people condemn you because of your conclusions, but they don't understand sufficiently your reasons. And what I'm hoping you can do is walk people through not just the conclusions that you've made.
I understand.
Right.
Again, like I've tried to impart, I've been a part of organic, authentic opportunities where I gave the best I could to the truth at the moment at hand, based on the information that I have. I did it so well where people were turned away from me, as I explained to you. You can't be who you say you are because you're too good at that. I don't know what that means. Now, instinctively, I feel that there's now a time to really go forward again in a different direction. The Republican Party belongs to us. Okay. And it's very simple if you don't understand, for layman's terms. What happens in the old 50s and 60s when bad people meant us no good, that happened to be Caucasian, that didn't understand who we were, that meant us no good? Frederick Douglass had a plan for that in 1854 with the abolitionists that did mean well for us who happened to be Caucasian. I believe that the DNA of the abolitionist spirits that supported Frederick Douglass then are still the children that will support us now. Why do I believe that? If it indeed is in fact 61 or 65% white people, if that's what you want to call them in America, and 14% black people in America, not indigenous, not Latinos, not Hispanics, not other. If they wanted us dead, 14 people against 65 people in a fight, who you think are going to win if those 14 people are not prepared, tactically? You got 65 people in a fight, and you got 14 that show up. That's not a fair fight. Something's wrong in the math. If indeed America is completely racist and just mean us all ill will, how is it possible that we're not slaves today? How is it possible that we're not dead? It's 65 to 14. Someone's lying. Someone's lying. The math doesn't add up. I believe that there is in that 65% of DNA that doesn't mean us well at all. But I believe that 35% mean us well. So I want to find them, and I want them to say it's okay.
So there are people of goodwill.
They're abolitionist spirits.
That's interesting. Yeah.
I can't talk about people of goodwill because people change their minds, agendas. I don't believe there's this racism. The Democratic Party has had 52 years to show us what you're going to do for the black agenda. 52 years. I'm 56. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. In short 3 years, I went to the White House to support a man who has now ended mass incarceration in the '94 crime bill, as we know it.
This is President Trump.
That's his name.
So you identify as a Trump supporter.
I don't like the word Trump supporter because it sounds like another epithet, the way people say it. Now, my Trump supporters on Twitter say, no. We're Trump supporters because we voted for him 63 million in an electoral college actually put him in after the popular vote, 65, 63 million, because they wanted him. They're done with politicians. They rather listen to athletes and actors now. Who was on TV for 14 years talking about you're fired? He went into their homes for 14 years. Appointment TV, whether you like him or love him, they feel like they know him. You see? That thing right there is the most powerful medium in the world. We had these other actors that read the teleprompters. We had all these people that we thought looked good and felt good and looked like us, but Chicago is still bad even for the 8 years that person was there, and he's from Chicago. And they're killing each other even more. So somebody's lying.
And it's not Donald Trump.
I don't get into the person or whether he is a liar or not. I get into the policy, which is Frederick Douglass is about. Kill him with policy, kill him with policy, kill him with policy, kill him with policy. Did the HBCUs get the 125 million yet because the Republican Senate hasn't cleared it yet? Yeah, no, they haven't, because you know why? They're basically waiting to figure out whether we're going to convict them in an impeachment or not. So how can you get something done when somebody's knocking on your door all day? How can you type a book when someone's beating on your door every day talking about, get out of here, you're evicted, you're evicted, you're evicted, you're evicted. Can you imagine that? Whether you're paying your rent on time or not, how can you focus on doing a thing when everybody is trying to set the house on fire?
So is it something in his message that attracts you?
No.
Or
I just said it.
Or what is it about his policy specifically that sort of draws you and makes you think he's...
I had a meeting with my organization, Artists and Athletes Alliance, that I've had for 10 years. This is not my first rodeo in politics. I've been told you since I was in college. I'm a fighter for our people. A man named Van Jones and a woman named Jessica Jackson from Cut 50 and Dream Corps that have been working on the First Step Act to get into a bipartisan bill. The bill that Obama holder wasn't good enough. It did go for it. It didn't do enough. He let people out, but there was no full clemency, and it didn't have any places for the stigma of when you get out of prison to get a job. So yeah, you're a convict, but you're not going to get an apartment. You're not going to work here. So you're just out. So you're going to do a crime again and go back in. Recidivism at its all-time high. Not knocking 44, but with this bipartisan bill with 45 that I read and got behind, it says not only it's the first step. We need 499 more steps to make it even. It's the first step. That policy I got behind because Meek Mill didn't want to go to the White House. I heard Jay-Z call and said, you go to that White House, blah, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So Meek Mill said, I don't want to whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop on me. You're Jay-Z. So I saw Meek Mill the day it was signed. I was with Meek Mill and Kim Kardashian in the hotel here in LA. We were Hercules. If you remember, Meek Mill was all over the place talking about First Step Act, criminal justice reform, but then all of a sudden it just disappeared. Well, they need a representation. Who's gonna go other than Van Jones? I said, I'll go. Well, you know you're gonna catch flack. Oh man, I catch flack all the time. But I'm standing on this policy. And I know that out of those 7,000 people that have may be hardened criminals and some that are not, that just did survivor crimes, may have an epiphany like me, the guy that buried $950,000 in a hole in the ground doing dirt, may have a second chance and get it right and be with his family. That's the risk I take. So you can burn me down, I don't feel it. I talk more, I'm so profane on Facebook, I go in and go out, I don't care, because you're not real, it's the internet. So the policy is what I'm supporting, and I need to see more. I need to see more. And that's why I'm supporting this guy, because if he can do that when I know the Republicans didn't want to free no Negroes, Mitch McConnell didn't want to sign that bill. They're not, I'm sorry Republicans that like me, but here's the truth. I'm about pro-life, my fellow Republicans and conservatives out there. You want the babies to come in on my community, you want them to get here, but when they don't toe the line, you got a place to put them, and that's called a prison. We got to work on that. I'm all about pro-life, but we got to prepare them to have a great life. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm pro-life, but you can't be pro-life, and then as soon as a person can have access to the great American pie, you got somewhere you're going to put them.
Right. Listen, you are one of the most fascinating people I've ever spoken to in my life. Yeah, will you come back? Will you come back sometime?
Absolutely.
I enjoyed talking with you. I have about 40 seconds, all right? And can I just do a quick thing with you? And just give me some short answers.
Okay.
All right?
I'll try not to control the narrative anymore.
No, it's fine. Look, you're helping people understand who you are and how you think, and that's the whole point of this. All right, so real quick, would you rather be loved or respected?
Love or respected?
Love or respected. Would you rather be loved or respected?
Both.
Both.
Yeah.
The one thing people don't know about you that you wish they knew.
I'm really, really funny.
What's the best thing about you?
I'm really, really funny.
What always makes you cry?
My people or human beings, not being able to have access and travel and know what I know.
When was the last time you lied?
Ask the question again. The last time I lied?
When was the last time you lied?
That I lied to someone or lied about something?
Either or.
See, that's my problem. I'm a horrible liar. If you don't ask me the question, if you don't know the answer.
Next one. I got 25 seconds.
Right.
What always makes you feel better?
The truth.
Last question. If you got everything you never had, what would you still want?
Freedom.
I like that. Let's give Isaiah Washington a big hand. I'd like to thank our special guest tonight, Mr. Isaiah Washington, for sharing his journey and his time with us. And thanks to our studio audience and to the people watching us on the Fox Soul TV app. Keep watching us. If you're in the LA area, want to be a part of our audience, you can email us at audience@foxsoul.tv. You can share your opinions. Thank you for tuning in.